why this happened. Or 3, you wish to contest this citation, in other words, fight this ticket at what we call informal hearing. What were you looking to do?
I guess number 2, Your Honor. To be honest with you, I don't remember if I used my signal or not. As a CDO holder for 12 years, I don't have automatic shutoff generally, so it's very habitual for me to hit my signal and shut it back down on a lane change. But I don't remember if I did. Shame on me, but I'd like to see it if that's okay.
All right. Then you're actually all set for what we need to do here today, other than contact the district court to make arrangements to pay that fines and costs.
I'm sorry, I misunderstood then. Did I just accept responsibility? I don't understand.
Yes. I told you you can admit responsibility or admit responsibility with explanation or fight the ticket. And you just said you admit responsibility because you don't remember whether or not you used the signal or not.
Your Honor, I'd like to fight the ticket then. I misunderstood completely what you were saying.
Then first thing I'll do is swear you both in. You want to go ahead and raise your right hands. You swear or affirm any testimony you give here today would be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
I do.
All right, Mr. McRobb, it makes a lot more sense for me to start with the motor carrier officer. He has the burden to establish to me why you were issued this citation in the first place. Actually, I'm sorry, this is just a police officer from Gun Lake Tribal. He has the burden to establish to me why you were issued the citation in the first place. But after that, you'll have an opportunity to either ask questions or testify in your own behalf. All right?
Sounds good. Thank you.
And with that, officer, you want to go ahead and pick up the narrative somewhere where it makes sense, explain the issuing of this citation.
Absolutely, Your Honor. So on the above date, I entered US 131 at the 6-1 mile marker. I was behind the defendant's vehicle. Somewhere around the 6-4, he conducted a lane change into the left lane without using a signal. He became kind of stuck behind a black Ford Explorer. He then conducted a lane change back into the right lane, passed on the right lane, and then got in front of her. Due to traffic volume and speed, I was unable to catch him until about the 6-8, where he then did signal his turns there and established his 4-ways when I pulled him over.
Okay. Mr. McRobb, what is it you'd like to tell me?
Your Honor, just as he had said, I had gotten into the left lane. I was behind a vehicle who was passing semis. After we had passed the semis, she did not get back over into the right lane. So I did pass her on the right. It was my judgment that she was impeding traffic at that time. I believe maybe 2-3 miles down the road, officer had gotten back behind me. I saw the lights. I pulled over and I hit my 4-ways.
Okay. So the testimony in front of me is that you didn't use their signals when changing lanes, not once, but twice. But that's what you have a ticket for. So I would find you responsible on that citation. Because you had a contested hearing, you do have a right to say, I don't agree with what just happened there. I want to go to formal hearing in front of the district court judges with the prosecutor's office. To do that, you must do 2 things. One is you must ask for that within 7 days of today's date. Your window of opportunity to contest this further closes after 7 days. And 2, you must come in and post a cash bond in the same amount as the fine to guarantee your appearance. Do you understand your rights on appeal?
I believe so, Your Honor. May I ask you a question?
Uh-huh.
Are we not able to see the footage in an informal hearing of me?
There would not be footage, sir. Most cars aren't equipped for that, but even the cars that are, cameras come on because they turn their lights on. So unless they're driving down 131, lights ablazing, there would be no footage. It would just be officer's testimony.
Your Honor, I spoke with the officer before he had returned back to his vehicle, and I asked him, I said, are you sure I did not use? He said, yes, I have it on my narrow view, my wide view, and my body cam of me not using my signal. So if that's correct, I would like to see it.
Your Honor.
What? If it's possible, that wouldn't happen at informal hearing. That would happen at formal hearing. But Officer Clapp, do you have footage of this?
So, Your Honor, I reviewed footage this morning. my car camera kicks on at 83 miles an hour and then backtracks 30 seconds. It did not catch the signals. However, it caught the rest of it. It picks up somewhere around the 6.4, so it did not catch that infraction.
Okay.
Because
So, Mr. McRobb, there would not be footage of it.
it backtracks 30. I did tell him that on the traffic stop. He is correct there, but I was mistaken.
Okay.
Your Honor, may I say something?
Yes.
Now, when I asked, to be honest with you, I was pulled over for something else. He had told me that I was pulled over for an illegal lane change, passing on the right. When I explained why I did what I did, because she was impeding traffic, he told me she was going 75 miles per hour. When I replied, she probably sped up when I went to pass her because she was doing 65 when I was behind her. I was very certain that I used my signals going back and forth. Again, it is so
Mr.
habitual for
McRobb,
me.
you just told me you don't know whether or not you used your signals.
To be honest with you, I don't remember if I used my signal or not. In that moment, when I asked him, I asked the officer, I said, "Are you sure?" In that moment, in my mind, I knew I had used them.
Mr.
And when
McRobb,
he told
let
me
me
that
just explain
he
this
said
to
he.
you. I've been doing this for years and years and years. I've never had footage of a civil infraction. It's not a thing.
Then why did the officer tell me that he had 3 views of me not using my signal?
He just explained that. His camera's kicked on at some point in time when he's trying to pull you over, but did not catch the civil infraction.
But that was my exact question. Do you have you have footage?
Sir,
of
you
me
can
not
take
using
this
my
to
signal?
formal hearing if you wish. I'm just telling you that lack of footage is not a thing that comes up in traffic tickets.
Your Honor, I know I have no power or say. Can I make a request? As a CDL holder of 12 years, never having a single point in my record, can I please pay the fine with no points? Please.
I'm not going to give you points, sir. The officer's not going to give you points either. The Secretary of State is going to give you points. Court, Secretary of State, 2 different animals. I can't tell them what to do.
Your Honor, I live 3 hours from Allegan. I can't. Is there any way I can do an informal or a formal on, I know it wouldn't be formal, but over Zoom or something?
You can request that with the district court. They may very well let you do that.
Okay, and I
It's just
apologize.
not automatic. I would request that if you're going to go to formal hearing, and then say I also request that this be over Zoom.
Your Honor, if you want to do a formal, if he wants to change the citation to improper pass, I'd be willing to do that as well.
Okay. You guys can.
May I ask what that entails?
That's also 2 points, sir. So it's just whether or not you consider that to be a more accurate description of what you feel like you did wrong. But you would determine that at formal hearing what ticket you're facing. You guys are now past informal hearing. I found you responsible on the citation as issued. So if you understand your rights on appeal, we're all set here. I'm going to release parties.
This is fucking insane.
All set. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
That guy has been harassing the clerk's office for weeks about this ticket. So just to let you know.